better. Say that it gets better. I'm gay-ish.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that wishes Grindr would let you rate and tip your hookup like Uber.
Oh.
Can you imagine if you'd be like, how many stars you get? Like, you got a $2 tip, and you're like, all right, that was good.
This is an 1.5-inch tip.
This is the follow. This is the digital tip for the post cursor of a
getting like
real tip.
Getting a report card on how I banged, it would be.
I do not
worst.
want this. I do not at all want this whatsoever.
I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
And we're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. And Kyle.
Mike.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. It is when this episode releases Valentine's Day, so...
Yeah. So I'll be sad.
And I'll be myself.
Sad on the inside.
That sounds like me, regardless of what's going on.
And today we're going to talk about romance.
Romance. Ooh.
Putting the man in romance.
Putting the ants in romance. Because romance feels like ants are in your heart. Doing a ballerina move.
You really need to see a doctor.
I'm a writer. Can't you tell? First, I want to read an email because I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
And I think I just need something happy and a little bit of a pick-me-up. It's crazy snowing here in Seattle.
Yeah, so much snow.
How many inches did we get, Mike?
Not nearly enough. That's always the case.
I know. That, not for me. For you, but not for me. Yeah, it's like bizongers over here. This is like the most snow Seattle has ever had since dinosaurs or something.
Yeah, it never snows here. And when it does, it's not very much, and then it usually goes away within a couple of days.
Yeah.
And it's really late for us to have snow, much less this much less for this many days. And this place goes fucking crazy.
Yeah.
People lose their shit here when there's snow.
Yeah.
Which, it's hilarious to me. I drive a Jeep and I grew up in snow. I'm fine.
I don't know what I'm doing, or I've fallen down several times this weekend.
Par for the course.
That's about average. That's true. I think that the snow is just like God jizzing all over us to remind us global warming isn't a thing. It's cold here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Global warming can't be real.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, email, pick me up, happy.
Yeah.
So this is from Tito Burrito.
Tito Burrito?
Tito Burrito, the Tito Burrito.
Is that how they signed the email?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Tito Burrito.
Tito, Mr. Burrito.
Mr. Senior Burrito?
Senior Burrito. I am a new listener, and I have been binging your podcast during work and living. All caps.
Be sure to purge afterwards.
No. Binge and purge. Live and, well, don't die. Just keep living no matter what. Okay, after hearing about Tuvlo, my favorite artist.
Yeah.
I had to explore some more. Went on YouTube and found Disco Tits by Tuvlo. Pretty good. Mind blown, and these lyrics aren't even suggestive. They are just directly sex. Thanks for suggesting bringing up Tuvlo. Also, woof. Tito.
Yeah.
Bark.
Tito Burrito.
Rawr. I don't know. Dog noise. Yeah, so thanks we get lots of stuff, so thanks for writing in. We read before we said we read all of it, now I'll say we read most of it.
But I would say at least one of us reads everything.
That's true.
But it's gotten to be, like, if I see that Kyle has read something already, why bother?
Dunskies, yeah. Yeah. Okay, do you want to do news?
Yeah, sure, let's do the news. I'll bring us right back down.
Oh,
Yay. No. Okay, so...
Uh-oh.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So this week, the Tennessee House of Representatives entered a bill called the Tennessee Natural Marriage Defense Act. And the bill declares that the 2015 U.S. Supreme Court ruling in favor of equal marriage does not apply in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
As the state's constitution defines marriage as between one man and one woman. So basically, the legislature has created a bill saying they don't agree with the Constitution and how shit works.
We don't we don't agree with the authority of this so-called Supreme Court.
Right.
The Supremes, they're so gay. We don't follow them at all.
Yeah, the only thing I think that supreme is the Tito burrito, the supreme burrito
From Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Now at your local Taco Bell, find a store near you by going to gayishpodcast.com and then just driving there.
Oh God, it's just I should be serious about it for a second. If this actually goes to the Supreme Court, and if it gets a hearing and isn't just struck down immediately as no, we fucking ruled.
We already did
Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm very, very worried. I'm very, very worried. The composition of the court has shifted dramatically right, and it is entirely possible it would be within their power to let this case come before them and reverse Obergefell. That absolutely could happen. It shouldn't happen. This sort of brazen, fuck you, we do what we want bullshit, we have a long history of that, and the Supreme Court has a long history of smacking it down and saying, no.
Yeah.
Like, we are the Supreme Court, fucking deal with it, is usually the answer. I'm super worried that that's not going to be the answer this time.
To write in we don't have to follow the Supreme Court is a bold, are they secede? This is their secession. It has to be, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's really scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary. And it just makes me wonder, what else don't you like,
Yeah,
Tennessee?
what else don't you want to do? Let's write a bill about that.
We're not sending any senators because we don't like
We
the
don't
Senate.
want to. The weird thing is the Tennessee, what would you say, the House of Representatives
Yeah.
or something? Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's just made up of a tractor and a golden retriever. So, you only take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. It's Tennessee. Don't they have to run it by Dolly Parton, too? Before it goes anywhere?
Yes.
Her boobs have to rule
Yes.
on whether it's allowed or not.
She's like that chick from Mean Girls. She feels it's there's a 30% chance that this can't even go to the Supreme Court because they already decided.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything more to say about that?
Just stop it. I mean, you said it. Stop it.
Just
stop. Stop.
Just stop.
In the name of gay love. Before you break our marriage.
Gay people are a thing. We're not going anywhere. We're people and we deserve rights. Fucking just get on board with that shit and stop your goddamn horse shit bullshit.
Yeah. Give me a reason
fuckers.
it shouldn't happen that does not include the Bible.
Right. Or you feeling icky.
Or you thinking it's gross. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, more tomfoolery, more shenanigans in state government. Wyoming Republican lawmaker Lynn Hutchings is facing a formal complaint after meeting with a group of 10 LGBT identifying young students, the youngest of which was 14. These are mostly high school students.
Okay.
She met with them. They are all from Cheyenne Central High School in her district in Wyoming. And the group that put together this opportunity for these gay kids, these queer kids, to meet with their senator alleges that during the discussion she asked, quote, "If my sexual orientation was to have sex with all of the men in there, and I had sex with all of the women in there, and then they brought their children and I had sex with all of them, and then brought their dogs in and I had sex with them, should I be protected from my sexual orientation?" She said that to a bunch of queer kids.
What kind of parties are you having, lady? I rarely have the opportunity to have sex with all the men, much less women, children, and dogs. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
This just, it's just unacceptable.
No, oh yeah, absolutely.
How do we fix it? You can't fix that kind of stupid. I don't think. Gay people are not pedophiles. Gay people are not practicing bestiality.
Yeah.
Fucking stop.
Yeah. I mean, it's to that. I mean, they just have to meet gay people. It's this weird, what was it after the, remember the thing with the kid where he was facing the Native American dude and there was a video.
With the MAGA hat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So after that, someone was suggested the only way to help this situation is to get these types of kids to visit people that are different than them, that are non-white, that are, don't have the same advantages, or not like, and then someone else replied and was like, we are not your like testing ground to just like go introduce crazy racist people and like make them better. So like it's, which I can see both sides of, like, you have to meet people to understand they're not like, I'm not out fucking dogs most nights.
Yeah. All nights, right?
Mostly every all nights, but I mean, never say never. Yeah, I could see wanting to, have them meet people, but then again, like, yeah, I don't want like this homophobic bitch like talking to kids that are impressionable. Like, It has to be adults that they have to interact with, because kids just need to hear the message like, you're perfect, you're great, stay who you are, love who you want.
God damn it. Well, this bitch is on the record here not too long ago. It was in 2013. She opposed domestic partnerships in Wyoming. And in that speech, she said, quote, "It is but a choice. Being black is involuntary. It's not a choice. Homosexuals may choose who they want to be." Right?
And I choose gay. I never understood this about the, like, it's a choice argument. So fucking what? I mean, it's not a choice. But if it were, what the fuck does it matter? Like, how does that change your argument? If it's a choice, I still want to do it. So, like, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's say it is a choice. Then, like, so what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's because they think it's icky and they think it's wrong.
Yeah. And they think that's icky. They think bestiality is icky. Then everything that's icky, like, goes in the same category.
They don't hate the sinner, Kyle. They hate the sin.
They are the sin.
Yeah. Sinners.
You're the sinner.
Casting stones everywhere. Anyway, okay. So enough about cunts. Let's now talk about the last story I have for you today. That's not true. I turned a story into a segment.
Oh, okay.
But the last story that I have for the news part here up at the top of the episode is that there is a character on Andy Mack. The character's name is Cyrus Goodman.
Who's Andy Mack?
I don't know. It's fucking Disney. Disney shows. All of the Disney shows are like just the name of some person. Hannah Montana and Andy Mack and Tom and Jerry and Alice B. Cooper and like all of these just names, and like you're supposed to keep Lizzie McGuire. It's Disney.
Yeah. Even Stevens. I don't think his last name was Stevens. Anyway.
Is he Stevens?
Even Stevens?
Wasn't that the name of the chick on Grey's Anatomy?
No.
Izzy Stevens.
Oh, Izzy.
Yeah.
Izzy. What's her last name? Izzy something.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Back to Andy Mack. Andy Mack is this show on Disney. Apparently it's a big fucking deal. There's a character named Cyrus Goodman. Last year he came out, but
as
gay.
Oh. I was wondering, gay or dog fucker. It's going to be one of the two.
Right. Well, I mean, the jury's out. It could be both.
Could be both.
That's next year's episode. But this year, on Friday's episode, February the 8th, on the Disney Channel, he became the very first Disney character ever in any format to utter the words, "I'm gay," period. And it was wrapped up in a, like, kind of a joke, because it's at his... he's also Jewish, and there's a ceremony because his grandmother just died. So they're sitting Shiva or whatever, and he is like introducing his friends to this like buffet of food, and like, that's gefilte fish. Skip that, and I'm gay, and like just kind of wedged it into the conversation, but is like it's a big deal.
Yeah,
like, Disney for a long time, I think, has fought the culture to so as not to offend anybody. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a bunch of white Christian people in the middle of the country that fucking love Mickey Mouse. And the last thing that they can do, like, from a business perspective, is alienate those people by pushing the homosexual agenda. So it's interesting that Disney is coming around, and now they've allowed a character to say the words, "I'm gay," on the air. I think it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah,
that is great. It still shocks me when things are like the first time. Like, is this really the first? Like, I just, if you would have asked me, I would have assumed it happened 10 years ago, but I'm also not 14 anymore, so I have no idea who Alex Mack is. But like, Andy. Maybe, was there an Alex Mack when I was a kid? She turned into a puddle of water. She could like transform into a puddle of water to like go through. doors or wherever water goes.
Hey, this idea is gold, Kyle.
No, it was already
Listeners,
a thing.
don't steal it.
It was already a thing.
I mean, if it's already a thing, then fine. But
it'll get a
on the
reboot
off
soon.
chance that it's not,
No,
and you are
it's-
just coming up
no.
with a brand new idea.
It's real.
The Secret World of Alex Mack was a television series.
Okay.
It ran on Nickelodeon from 94 to 98.
They didn't even like have a creative name that they came up with. They were like, what if Alex Mack had a daughter? Alexis Mack. Or whatever. Andy Mack. She did transform into like a blob of water type shiny.
Yeah, she had telekinesis. She could shoot electricity from her fingers, and she had the ability to dissolve into a mobile puddle of water. Kyle's right.
Don't sound so surprised.
Well,
That's really cool. Thanks, Disney, for finally coming aboard.
better late than never.
Yeah.
Just like a period.
Also, see our episode about Disney, which is episode
It's your episode about periods.
203 when we're out of ideas. Well, we have to talk about vaginas. Okay. Should we talk about romance?
Yeah, let's talk about romance.
Don't be too excited.
Yeah, whatever.
Is Valentine's Day going to be weird for you? Is it going to be fine?
I think it's going to be fine. So, like, Trevor and I never really celebrated Valentine's Day. I mean, we would do, like, maybe we'd have dinner or we would, like, hang out or something, but it wasn't like, with my fucking ex-wife, man, like, I had, like, don't fuck it up. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Do not fuck it up. I want these flowers. I want them to be delivered to me at work. I want this for dinner. She's like,
wow.
Valentine's Day was a big fucking deal, the cause of a lot of anxiety for me. And Trevor was the polar opposite of that. So it's not, I mean, it's not great. It's not great seeing everybody that is in a relationship all happy and doing whatever, but it's going to be fine. I'll be fine. It's just Thursday.
That's good. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're doing anything, but like it hasn't been a huge deal so far, and I don't know. We might like have dinner. I ordered a gift from Amazon when I was drunk, so we'll see what that is. Great. When it comes, we'll both be interested when he opens it to see what it is. And but I do know that like in the past, without a like I was like, okay, Valentine's Day is fine. I can just ignore it. But then all of a sudden you see like. It's all like the ads and the marketing and the stuff there. It's just like, not only is it like love, it's straight love. So it's easy love that you see all over. And it's just like, don't shove your heterosexuality down my throat.
Yeah.
Unless you're the dude part of the relationship and your heterosexuality is your penis.
Yep. In which case, just, choke me a little.
Choke me, shove it down.
I'm speaking for you. You would want that.
Have you ever been choked?
No.
Do you have any kind of inclination to want it?
No.
Okay. Well, hold on just 1 second. Let me reach over the table here.
Happy Valentine's Day. Don't touch me.
That's a good rule for everyone. Until someone asks you to choke them, I sometimes would just have to like grab their hand and put it on my neck and just be like, go.
Like do it for them. For
a little
bit.
so they get the idea that it's cool. I imagine that'd be something that you'd be like, really? You sure?
There's like you talking about biting penises, right?
Yeah.
Just not a thing that you jump in and do.
Just like nibbled like a little snack at first. Yeah. There's some kinks you gotta work your way up to see what the tolerance is. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Should I say something?
I don't know. How do you want to slice this?
Yeah, I'll talk.
Okay. Yay, podcasting.
Yay, podcasting. Mostly talking. I'm going to tell you about gay romance novels.
Ooh.
And specifically, why are so many gay romance novels written by straight women?
First, I didn't know that they were, but apparently they are. You're telling me.
Yes, I am telling you. I have noticed this. I don't know why. It's just popped up in my brainosphere, seeing these things on the internet of
you fisted the air and did twinkle.
I don't know why that's my I'm feeling out for the word in the air, and I clearly found it. Brainosphere. It was brainosphere.
Brainosphere, yeah.
And I'm Yes, it's something I've noticed on like gay romance. So many of them are written by straight women. Like it's just when you see.
Where do you get your gay romance novels? Like, how do you know this?
I don't know why I know this. Just because sometimes on Twitter, women post about gay romance novels.
Okay.
I really don't know, but I have noticed it. But oh wait. Did I interrupt you? Were you going to say something about it?
I interrupted you.
Oh, great.
Great. Well, our friend Carly, her friend Meg, writes erotic fiction, and a lot of times the characters are dudes banging each other. So I guess it's not that surprising. Like if I've met somebody that is a woman that writes gay male erotic fiction, then it must be fairly commonplace.
Yeah. How do you feel about the idea of straight women writing gay romance novels? Good, bad, do you care?
I think it's problematic.
Why?
Because first I wonder about the authenticity of it. Like, I don't know. Gay sex and straight sex are so totally different for me, but then maybe that's just because I'm gay. But like, I just...
That's true. Your straight sex was very different than, because you didn't...
Oh, let me flip the script instead. It would be very, very difficult for me to write erotic fiction from the perspective of the woman and accurately depict the feelings involved, the physical sensations involved, because I don't have a vagina. I think I don't know what it's like to be a woman in this society. I try to be a feminist and a good ally and all of that, but I don't actually know what a woman's life is like. And the corollary, it must be true also, right? Like she doesn't have, if you're a woman writing a gay male erotic fiction, you don't have a penis, and you don't have, like, if you identify as female, you don't have male feelings or experiences. I don't know.
So I read this article in Electric Lit, which is published in 2018 by Foster Rudy, who was a book reviewer and found this phenomenon as well, that why are there so many straight women writing gay romance? Apparently... To clarify, what we're talking about is technically called male romance novels, because gay romance is written by gay men for gay men, doesn't necessarily involve a happy ending. So if you are a stickler for the verbiage, then this is male romance.
See, now that, for some reason, the intended audience matters to me. Like women writing dude on dude sex for each other makes a lot of sense to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
just like dudes watching lesbian porn makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm going to pretend like this is what they really do. They're fucking just because... And then if a guy walks in, they'll be like, oh, there was no penises before, and now we're want to put it in us. Yeah.
Like, I want to find a man that treats me like Adam treats Steve. Well, he left Eve for Steve, right?
Right. Okay. Got it. I was like, I don't think we have the same friends. Okay. Bible. Okay, so you're right that the audience is mostly straight women. The person writing this, Foster Rudy, says that this is basically using gay men as a prop, which they have been the gay best friend. Like, they are there not for their own humanity, their own right, their own value, but to help other people get something out of them, which is the
jizz.
Ripped jizz. Get something out of them. Jizz. That's true. That's really what we all want from men, isn't it, ladies? Fuck flowers. Just get that jizz. Why did I cross myself out saying that? I like jizz and I'm fine telling people, but it was weird. Okay. Oh wait, I don't know the gender of this person.
Gravy.
Oh no.
Horse chowder.
Horse chowder.
Stomach pancakes. I don't.
Oh, okay. I've heard stomach pancakes, but I think that's the nosh from your kibosh.
Crotch snot.
Ew. Oh, a downtown sneeze.
Huh? This is great episode so far.
Oh, this is odd. Okay, so the Rudy says, quote, in this dynamic, which I see enacted in gay romance novels, the truth of the man's queerness is erased because the character is gay only in the ways the straight woman author can imagine.
Yeah.
She censors his sexuality by filtering it through a heterosexual lens. And so you're exactly right. The idea of like it coming from a straight woman's perspective, they don't have that richness, that depth of the experience. It's like, but what if they push their nipples together?
But
Like,
I don't think the word censor is the right word. I would take umbrage with that.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure there was to be one word that you would umber at so fiercely. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not censoring, but it is.
Unless it is, unless like she knows that some dudes are into choking and chooses not to put that in there because
even that's not like censoring though. Censoring would be like grabbing our literature. Well, I mean, it could be censoring in the fact that like if theirs is the one, straight women's is the romance novels that are getting sold. It's not even. I don't know. You're right, but the idea being it's limiting the actual queer perspective. And yeah, so what this writer suggests of this article is they want more LGBTQ authors writing about their LGBTQ characters for a wider array of audiences, including straight women.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think we're seeing, I think, a big push for that in general of like people that actually are the thing representing that thing, like whether it's acting or writing or what have you.
Sure. Yeah.
And I liked, there were a few questions that writers can ask themselves. Why am I writing this? Who is my reader? Am I adding something valuable to my genre? And is this story mine to tell? Which I like that last one particularly. And it doesn't necessarily mean that if, you can have a range of answers to that, but I think that's just a good like thought exercise as you're writing.
That's interesting.
I feel like that's what you say when you don't like something.
I was doing a. Oh God, am I going to use this right? Oof. Maybe I should be drinking. I was going through an exercise of reductio ad absurdum, and
sure, why not?
Does that mean that you can't write about anything normal because it will inevitably involve people that you aren't? Right?
Yeah, I mean,
unless I write some sort of fiction where like we're on a planet somewhere where all of it is just gay dudes, then like then okay, great.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I mean, I think, well,
like, does this mean you can't have a black character if you're not black? No.
Yeah, but it does add extra pressure or like added effort that the author needs to take to make sure they're understanding their experiences and not just writing from a place of stereotypes. So like actually, but then again, like this, so that Rudy actually said that in the article, and it's like, well then actually even by doing that, they are then still using gay men to legitimize their own work to sell this gay romance. So I think Rudy's like on the more extreme side, which I think that's an interesting voice, and I probably fall closer to the middle.
Okay.
The one thing I did hear, this is about trans actors playing trans roles. In general, I'm like, well, that's like a big thing of like gay LGBTQ people playing LGBTQ roles and straight people not taking roles away from them. And it's like, I don't necessarily totally agree with that, because like gay dudes should be able to play straight dudes. Like, I don't want them to be like, well, you're not straight, so you can't play that. Like,
right. But then that's also not a minority.
That's true. I mean, I think the goal is more LGBTQ representation, and to say gay people have to play gay roles is not the way. That could be one way to think about it, but the goal is just more.
This
gay
gets rough,
actors.
right? Because they're disabled people, there are people of color, and I can't speak for them, but looking at the gay thing, I would rather have an awesome movie with all of the money of real Hollywood studios behind it and have a straight person play the main gay character than not have the movie made at all because there was no star power or factor that was associated with it. Like, if the movie was done correctly.
Well,
right?
yeah, and I think that's like, so we should, like, the root of the issue is like, okay, if we don't have any of those kind of Tom Hanks level gay stars, then why is that? Oh, it's because we don't have enough gay actors being represented in parts. So we need to like, it's not that we need to like throw someone into a movie that needs a, giant leading man. They need to like start at the beginning of it and help LGBTQ people pursue acting, make sure they have equal representation in casting calls. a diverse set of people selecting those people. Like, I think there are different things we can do than just saying gay characters have to be gay.
Or just put Matt Bomer in everything and it'll be fine.
Okay.
And Russell Tovey.
Ooh. I'd choke his ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck. I don't know that you could win.
Kyle B. Russell Tovey's ears. Okay. The reason I brought up all that is because trans people, I think, is a little bit different. And I asked someone I just on Reddit or something, just help me understand this, and it's to have cis men play the role of a trans woman says that trans women are men with dresses.
Sure.
That goes to almost reinforce a stereotype about them that gay men don't have that. It's a very different thing. So I do agree that trans people should be played by trans actors.
Okay, well, the corollary to that are gay guys just straight guys that suck dick, then, if a straight actor plays them?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Next topic.
We're all straight until we suck that no, that's actually... You can suck dicks and be straight or gay. Yeah, I think we have less of that worry about dressing up in a costume of a different person as a way to represent.
So much of gay identity is non-visual.
Yeah.
Right? We quote unquote pass as straight guys, depending on context, pretty regularly. That's a privilege that we have. We've talked about that before.
Yeah, for sure.
And trans people is a little more difficult.
Yeah, and way more about physical appearance.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that you just put that chocolate in your mouth, do you want to talk?
Chocolate. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Which one do I want to talk about? I have so much to talk about.
Ooh.
Okay. By the way, reductio ad absurdum.
Oh, great.
Is a common form of argument which seeks to demonstrate that a statement is true by showing that a false, untenable, or absurd result follows from its denial. Or in turn to demonstrate that a statement is false by showing that a false, untenable, or absurd result follows from its acceptance. So, the idea that, is that my story to tell? It's a reductio absurdum, ad absurdum on my part to say, well, then you can't write about anything.
Oh, gotcha.
Anyway.
You know what straight male actor can play gay roles? David Tennable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that close enough to Tennant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't laugh. You didn't guffaw. Yeah.
Great.
Nary a chuckle did I hear.
Nary. Okay, so let's talk about gay romances in literature.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, do you know of any examples? Can you think of any?
Well, I read this book, and I forget the name of it and who wrote it, but it had gay people in it.
This is going great. Yeah.
So that's one example.
Was it old?
No, it's new.
Okay. So
I think his name was Mike or something.
That's a great name for a gay.
Oh, maybe I just said that because I'm looking at you.
Yep, could be.
Huh. Anyway, okay, let's go with your examples, whatever you have prepared. I'm trying to think, do I know of any other ones? No, I don't think I do.
So looking at super old literature, there's the Iliad, Homer, ancient Greece, describes Ganymede, a Trojan hero frequently referenced in Greek mythology as, quote, handsomest of mortals, whom the gods caught up to pour out drink for Zeus and live amid immortals for his beauty's sake. And then, problematically, Zeus turns himself into an eagle and captures the young boy, steals him.
That is a problem. You're right.
Yeah.
Eagles, leave young boys alone.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pushing this pedophilia thing, pederasty anyway, that Zeus is that dude hot, I want him, and then because he's a god, he's I went and got it. I turned into an eagle and I snatched that hot young thing off of the ground.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the mythological relationship between Zeus and Ganymede was the model for ancient Greek pederastia, which is erotic relationships between adult men and adolescent boys. So, yeah, went all the way back to the Iliad. And then, of course, we have to talk about Sappho of Lesbos.
Sure.
Yeah. She wrote lots of poems about lady love.
Sappho.
And sexy time. And lesbians are named for her.
Wait, is it
the island she's from anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find, the The hot.
Is there a story there?
The hotness. The hotness.
The hotness?
The hotness.
The lady?
Yeah. So one of the poems, Sappho 31, talks about a wedding, and she's seeing a bride and groom get married, and then she realizes that she has the hots for the bride, and the poem goes, "Your image silences me, my tongue becomes thick, and in my flesh moves an impalpable fire."
That was sweet, except for the blah, 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 blah. Like,
yeah.
But thick tongues.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then last but not least, I did want to talk the most about this book written in 1870. Bayard Taylor is the author, and he published Joseph and His Friend, a story in Pennsylvania. And it's widely considered to be the first American gay novel.
Ooh. Is Joseph that guy who started the whole like Mormon thing?
Joseph Smith? Sure. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow. I didn't know
Absolutely.
he was super gay.
No, his name is Joseph Astor. Joseph Astor is a farmer, and he marries a wealthy woman before falling in love with his close friend.
Isn't that how it goes?
Isn't that how it goes? I mean, that's what happened to me, right? The novel is dedicated to those, quote, who believe in the truth and tenderness of man's love for man, as of man's love for woman. And there's a scene in it where Philip, who the fuck is Philip?
Is he the friend?
Must be the friend. Yeah, he's the friend. Anyway, he argues for the rights of people, quote, who cannot shape themselves according to the commonplace pattern of society.
Also, Philip. Did we really have to go with something so gay?
Joseph and Philip?
Yeah, you're going to fill up Philip?
Oh, God. We don't know if he was the bottom.
His name is Philip. He's the bottom.
Let's see if this can say... This gives me no indication what role Philip took.
Oh, you were looking at whether Philip was top, bottom, reverse?
I was looking for a clue that would tell me.
Yeah.
And I find no clues.
Like, his legs were bendy in many which ways.
Yeah.
Or he wore too much hair gel.
So, Joseph and His Friend, and his friend, right? That's like, I think grandparents still refer to boyfriends as his friend.
Yeah.
I had family that called Trevor my friend.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, it just it's considered by a lot of people to be the first gay American novel, and so it's noteworthy because of that. This says the book was not well received. Became the author's least successful and most disliked novel.
Is the author gay?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
I don't think so. Let's see. Personal life. He married a lady who died of tuberculosis the next year.
Was it like gay related tuberculosis?
Yeah, like she got tuberculosis from the other dude that he was banging. Yeah, I don't know. He married another lady, and then they moved to San Francisco.
This is very mixed. This is not helping whatsoever.
Yeah, don't know.
Okay. I was gonna like tie it back to my thing of like if it's a straight dude writing, then
yeah.
maybe that's why it's not well received.
Well, and there are a lot of literary scholars who don't think that it's actually a gay novel. Like, there's nothing explicitly sexual that happens between them, and it's just they could be just real good friends.
Do you think James and the Giant Peach? Do you think James being inside the giant peach is a metaphor for fucking an ass?
Yeah, it is.
I just figured that out.
Absolutely.
Ronald Dahl.
Roald Dahl?
Roald Dahl?
Yeah, I don't think his name is Ronald.
But
it's Roald Dahl.
Dan is shaking his head. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, Mike.
Sorry.
Mr. Dahl.
Mr. Dahl.
I hate dolls. They're creepy. Anyway.
It's not that kind of doll.
But still.
Great. I'll stop boring everybody with literature. Just like there's been gay shit in literature forever, gay romance in literature for a long ass time, and it's just interesting that we've always been around.
Yeah. People that say like this new rising fad of like whatever gay,
queer
trans
shit.
It's like, well, speaking of queer shit, I'm going to tell you we're in our episode about romance.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the opposite about aromantic.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
It's not opposite day, Kyle.
I flipped it.
Okay.
Okay, so
aromantic.
Aromantic, not a space romantic. It's all one word. Aromantic.
Like asexual.
Like asexual.
Or antihistamine.
Or AA.
Yeah.
The word A.
So aromantic, a person who does not experience romantic feelings.
I was going to ask you if you knew what it meant. You say yes, and then give that definition. Great. Okay. Aromantic Spectrum Awareness Week is February 17th to 23rd. So we are...
After Valentine's Day.
After Valentine's Day.
So they don't have to swim up that stream.
Yeah,
right?
You can just ditch all that, do whatever you do when you're aromantic. I assume it's a lot like everyone else's lives. You just are aromantic while you do it.
Yeah.
But not celebrate Valentine's Day, or maybe you do. So aromantic people still might be in a long-term relationship with someone where they live together, split bills, raise kids.
This confuses me.
I mean, like, they're...
Like, they don't have the feelings, but they have the... Like, they do the thing anyway?
Okay, Mr. Married to a Woman. Didn't have the feelings, but did it anyway?
Ouch. All right. Okay.
No.
Okay.
But like, there's a lot of benefit if you want to raise children, you don't have to be romantically involved with someone to do that.
I've seen lots of parents that tell me that's true.
In fact, having kids makes you aromantic. No. That's not what we want to say. No. So yeah, you can, there's, aromantic people can be in relationships. They may not experience the romantic feelings. They may be in poly relationships. Like, they have all those same options. But they just tend not to have those romantic feelings. Just because you are aromantic does not mean you are asexual. Those are two different things. And the reason this is, I think, so hard for people to understand is because most people, the gender they are romantically interested in matches with the gender that they are sexually interested in. Yeah. So, like, to split it apart, a lot of people like don't have to do that. But they are two separate things. Aromantic people can be any sexual orientation, and asexual people can still have romantic involvement with whoever they want. So two different things: who you fuck, who you hold hands with.
Or is it who you want to fuck and who you want to hold hands with?
Sure.
No, there's a difference, right?
Yeah.
Speaking as somebody who was married to a woman, we banged a lot.
No, I know. Yes, technically you're right, which is your favorite kind of right. Other terms that people use, I found this on like the Aromantic Spectrum Awareness Week website, and it said aro. I'd never heard that, ARO as a shortened version of aromantic.
Okay.
I have heard, this is shit. This is shit. Gayish. Asexual. I've heard asexual people call themselves aces. So ace. And I wrote that down under the other term, so I wrote it wrong. But you wouldn't have known that, except I just told. Okay. Also, apparently, arospec means you're somewhere on the aromantic spectrum. Again, I'd not heard that. And there is like a list of all these like very specific different kinds of things where you can fall on the spectrum. But I hadn't heard of any of them. Mostly
a spectrum.
I think what we're learning is everything's a spectrum.
Not pregnancy.
It's a spectrum of how pregnant you are.
You are either pregnant or not pregnant.
But you can be like a little bit pregnant, or you can be like a fat baby pregnant.
Great.
Spectrum.
Great.
It's all about spectrums.
Great.
My favorite...
Kia Spectrums.
Is that a car?
I don't know.
It is, if not bi-curious, definitely aromantic. Okay, my favorite thing on this website about Aromantic Spectrum Awareness Week is there's an FAQ, very helpful. One of the questions, what does romantic attraction feel like? What is romantic attraction? Answer, This is a community of people who largely do not understand romantic attraction. So this is the worst place to turn for a sound definition. I love that. It's like, why are you asking us?
Yeah.
Ask literally anyone else, and they can tell you that.
Yeah.
We do not experience that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Like going to the AKC and asking, like, aren't cats awesome? Anyway, okay.
I would find that hilarious should I know what the AKC is.
The American Kennel Club.
Oh. Ha.
Dog people. They're all dog people.
Dogs. I get it.
Yeah.
And
I'm really off my game. This not drinking thing is like fucking with me.
I'm doing it.
Yep. Thank you.
I once was at a like LGBTQ people meetup, and I was talking to this other person, and they said that they were asexual, and I laughed because I just didn't know. I thought that was a joke, and I didn't know that was like a thing people identify as. Yeah, so like I feel really bad. Like I wish I could go back and be like, because like to tell someone your sexual orientation and to get laughed at.
Yeah.
When I figured out that she was being like it was a serious thing, I was like, oh okay, like I completely changed tunes, but I still feel really bad that I did that.
I mean, sometimes I hear people's fetishes, and I just my first instinct is to laugh.
What's the funniest fetish you've heard of recently?
There's that dude that's sexually turned on by popping balloons.
You mean that character in Bob's Burgers?
No, this is a real person.
Oh, I wonder if he was based on the character. I wonder if that real person was based on that character in the cartoon show.
This real dude's parents were like, I love Bob's Burgers. We're going to make our son into...
Really work hard at the poppin' balloons angle.
Yeah. But
only poppin' balloons porn. Balloons not available at birthdays, just while they're watching R-rated movies. It was a whole ordeal.
Yep.
Okay. What do you want to say now?
Oh, done?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That was a short one.
Fini.
Fin-doobie.
Yep.
My next one's longer, so
okay, great.
brace yourself. Winter. Kyle is coming. That's what I say when I'm fucking a dude. I wonder if your name was Winter, you would get so tired of those jokes.
Spell coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk to you about the 5 love languages.
Oh,
do you know these?
I love the love languages. I mean, I know of them. I don't know if I know all of them.
Okay. Let's do that first.
Okay.
Name them.
So as soon as I started saying that.
The 5 love languages, how to express heartfelt commitment to your mate. It was written in 1995 by a dude named Gary Chapman, and outlines the 5 different ways to express and experience love or romance. So what are the 5?
You just did that to tie back into our theme, romance.
Oh.
Okay, good call. Also, like what I love about this is what I romance about this is that it's like understanding that stop doing that. Mike is like a 5-fingered lobster that's like opening and closing all his fingers, and
there's 5.
It's very I don't like it,
Okay,
and you
I'll
just
stop.
kept doing it, and I was trying to ignore it, and then I couldn't. Okay.
Gayish. I was trying to ignore it. I just couldn't.
Syphilis. I was trying to ignore it, and it worked.
Yep.
And now I'm fine. So what I like about it is it's like just because you like certain things in a romantic relationship, like you like certain things done to you, does like often people just turn around and do that to the other person, and then
Yes.
like, wait, why didn't you appreciate that? It's like,
Yes.
well, other people like things that are different than you, so understanding that and separating it out, I think is so huge for relationships.
Absolutely.
But okay, one
and it's gay-ish. Like these things, I think these things apply regardless of the sexual orientations and genders of the people that are involved.
Agreed.
Go ahead.
Aromantic people, you're not listening to this episode anyway. You saw this and you were like, no thanks. Okay, so there is gifts,
Yep.
quality time,
Yep.
acts of kindness, acts of generosity, acts of service,
Acts of service, yeah.
which is not what you think it is.
Could be.
There, yeah. There is like morning butt sex. Is that the 4th one?
Yep. No, it's not. That's not. I think that's more of an act of service.
What? You're cold? Winter? Winter?
Dan just reached out and touched Kyle on the arm.
Touch. Physical touch.
Yeah, physical touch. That's
Physical
correct.
touch from
That's
Dan.
4. You got one more left.
You're doing a great job, Kyle.
Verbal praise. Uncomfortable verbal praise.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Yes.
Thanks for those subtle hints, Dan.
So it's interesting because the whole idea is it's receiving gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service or devotion, and physical touch. Those are the 5 love languages, and everyone has their priority order for those just sort of baked into who they are. And it is highly unlikely that your partner is going to have exactly the same mixture in the same strengths. And the key to good communication communication what I'm having a stroke.
Communication.
Yeah, the key to having good communication. Successful relationships are about figuring out it's not do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's do unto others as they would have you do unto them.
Yeah.
And that means understanding their love language and being in touch with your own.
Is there a place you can go to take this love languages or understand your own personal love languages, Mike?
I don't know that we can do that.
Oh.
Actually. I mean, it's
What?
a book. It's a book that's available on Amazon, which people should check out. There's 5 lovelanguages.com. And
thelovelanguages.com.
You're the worst.
If you're typing it, you don't have to type the Roman numeral 5. You can type V. It's the same thing.
But it's the number 5.
I know.
The Arabic numeral 5.
Type V on your keyboard, and you will arrive at the same destination.
You only need 1 V for this, and it is not at the beginning. It is
That's a V.
5 lovelanguages.com. You're the worst, and I hate you. Okay.
I mean, you just... Again, technically you're right, but it's just the most complex way to say vlovelanguages.com.
I hate you so much. I hate you
I
so
love
much.
this. I love
I'm going to do this.
How
more
many?
now.
No, not the 5-fingered lobster.
So
No, really, stop it. Stop it. I will
Then
throw this
tell
bottle of wine at you.
Tell the listeners it's not vlovelanguages.com.
We're in a standoff.
We're in a V off right now. This is a really good episode. Okay, first, just which one speaks to you the most? Do you think?
Quality time,
Quality time.
because I always like other people get all their group of friends all together, and that's satisfactory. But I like the one-on-one time and paying attention, like directly to me, like everything turned off, like TVs, phones, cats, like everything.
It's amazing that we still hang out. I am ADD, and that's really hard.
Does this also apply to like friendships too?
I think probably.
Oh,
It would make sense, right?
okay. Friendly romance. And probably like acts of service.
Okay.
Is that true? Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What about you?
So Dan and I were talking about this a little bit before we started. Mine is touch. Absolutely 100% for sure.
Nipple touch?
Well, there's that too, but it was actually a big problem for Trevor and I because he is very much an insular person. He neither likes to be touched nor is very expressive with touching people, and that was a problem for us because with these love languages, if you're not careful, you think that person doesn't love me because they're not doing what you value. But they might be showing you in other ways. What their love language is just different than yours, and so it's not that they don't love you or they're not showing you that they love you. They're just not showing you in a way that you are registering or responding to. And so it took some figuring out. And second would probably be words of affirmation. Like I just like people saying, "Hey," well, or a romantic partner, I guess specifically, like, "You're important to me,"
Yeah.
or "I love you," or words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And I'm real bad at gifts. That's like, they're not that important to me, but I do really like to give them, which that worked for Trevor and I because he pretty highly rated that as a sign of affection.
I'm pretty
Is
sure.
this interesting or not interesting?
Yeah. I think this stuff is really important to realize about relationships and to make them work. And I think I've taken a quiz online, so you can probably just do a search for them and find, who knows, an off-brand.
Yeah.
It really will be called V love languages because they don't have the rights to Roman numeral 5 love languages.
Love languages.
I said as if I was going to say something else,
Yeah,
but
you
I
did.
didn't. I don't have anything. I don't think I'm saying anything else.
So, just think about those 5 things: gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service or devotion, and physical touch. And sort of do an inventory for yourself. Like, what tells me that I am loved? And then, I know you hate this, but say so. Tell your person, this is what I respond to.
No, I'm good now at just like being very direct about like, here's what I want. What do you want? Oh, you like that and don't like that? Great. So I'm into talking about stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
And then ask your person
Yeah.
the same thing, and then maybe try to adjust the way that you show them based on what their preferences are.
Yeah. I think it's also like, you may think you know what your own are, but like you're saying, think about them. And then when they happen in the moment, it's not always exactly what you think it is. Like when you just look at the names of them. So yeah, like when you come home, do you want, the kitchen to be vacuumed or whatever? Do you want them to immediately grab you on the cheeks? Do you want them to say, I'm so happy you're home, I love you? Do you want them to be like, ooh, I got you a diamond ring? Or do you want them to be like, oh, hi, you're home, let's spend 10 minutes together just talking?
Yeah.
Did I give
I think you did.
good
You
examples?
Did it.
Yeah,
You did
I did it. I did
You
all of them.
All the things in one scenario.
And if
You're basically an expert.
I'm the expert on the things I talk about.
Yep. The preeminent expert on love language.
It's gonna be like Vlax of service. Vifs. Gifs might have to be Vifs. I tried to make gifs and gifs. I don't think V and G go together. Okay. Wait, are you ready for me to tell you about the best thing ever?
I'm on the fence.
On the fence?
Yes, of course. The best thing ever hit me.
Okay. Baby, one more time. Apparently I read
I swear to God, if you say something else, Brittany, and call it the best thing ever, we're going to have words of affirmation.
Now I want to say something to hear with. No. I read that whoever like wrote that song, like they were trying to say like hit me up or something, but like translated it wrong to English, and that's why it's hit me baby one more time. Who knows if that's true, but the internet says
Great.
it.
I mean, yeah, we should do a parody. Choke me, baby, one more time. And you can, that's your love language.
Yeah.
Choking.
It'll be like, choke me, baby.
Solid.
Okay. So a lot of, romance, love, Valentine's Day.
Feelings are stupid.
They're, besides being horrible and very stupid, a lot of it revolves around food. You go out to dinner, you give candy as gifts.
You felch yogurt out of their ass.
I'm really just thinking about this. Would you... Nope, never mind. We're not going to go down this. Go-gurt would be the real...
Sure.
That's the... Okay, never mind. I just figured it out.
Yep.
Go-gurt is the solution to get it in there. Okay. Did you know some foods can make you gay?
No.
Especially when you shove Go-gurt in your ass. No. But there is... Well, you're right that no, they can't. But someone... there's this article or research paper study, quote-unquote study, that Rita Strakosha put out in 2017 that hypothesizes that the food you eat can make you gay. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about... I read all of the paper. Of all the articles I saw about the paper were very upfront pointed out that this is not peer reviewed. So it's like, as a news outlet, you have to be neutral, but that's their way of saying this is
I'm
bullshit.
wondering if by extension there's a way that I can make my neighbor gay.
I'll tell you.
Here's a basket of goodies. What do I put in that basket?
Okay, I promise you by the end of this, you will know how to change your or someone else's sexual orientation.
Great.
This is going to be real exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
So at the very front, the proposal, the suggestion in this is that they can, Rita can link, it's food and stress are what make people gay.
Food and stress.
Yeah, those two things influence people in a way that,
Okay.
I don't know.
Great.
Is gay.
Yeah.
So very
Frida.
Rita. Okay, quote, it is proposed in the, I guess, I know in research papers you can't say I propose, but it is proposed. No, you are currently proposing. It is proposed that sexual behavior goes through 6 stages. And see if you, dear listener, follow these 6 stages in your sexual behavior. 1, spontaneous sexual arousal. Yeah, that's fine. 2, attribution of arousal to an emotional cue.
What? Whoa, what? You said a bunch of words. I didn't hear them really.
2, attribution of arousal to an emotional cue. Wait, I got a boner. Why is that? Something happened.
Okay,
Because
great.
something happened. 3, courtship. 4, physical contact.
Okay.
5, stereotypical movements. And
Okay.
6, orgasm. Those are the 6 stages of sexual behavior.
Like stereotypical movements?
Okay, Mike did the jerking off motion. No, it took a little bit to find in this paper that basically, like, for men, she meant thrusting.
Rita, what are you talking about?
Rita, stereotypical movement for men, thrusting. One must thrust.
That's not true.
I mean,
but go ahead.
none of this is, but we're going to go on the assumption that all of this is true because it's funny. Okay, so she says that diet and stress affect the place in your brain that are responsible for stereotypical movements. And there's like fancy words that she used to describe it. So I'm sure she used the right words and then said, for ease of reference, I'm going to call this the thrusting center of your brain.
Great.
Right there. This is gold.
Yeah.
So when the thrusting center of your brain is damaged, something happens to it based on your diet or based on stressors, then... Okay, wait, this is a better example. Masturbating, for example, does not require you to thrust.
Right.
So the more you masturbate, the less thrusting. So then you get into atypical romance, which is like the homosexuality.
Gay.
So hers...
Jacking off makes you gay.
Yes.
Okay.
And she says that, I guess, yeah, like gay people masturbate more. So ergo, masturbating makes you gay. Similar, like all of these trains of thought are like very interesting when you like really break down. She has 317 references in her bibliography. So it's like referencing all these studies. So it's like, but it's just making these ridiculous leaps of, anyway. So she talks about like gay people and their eating habits. So all of this stuff is, I think, true. They have more eating disorders, more alcohol intake, more sugar sweetened beverages. I didn't know that one, but I could see that being true. And an imbalanced diet leading towards carbs. Rita. No, they don't. They do not eat more carbs. That's one I take umbrage with. I'm umbering now. But so all of those things that gay people tend to do affect their brain and their thrusting centers and makes it so you don't experience that step in the process, making you unusual, making you gay. One of my favorite things in here is that she references a study by Francis Pottinger and
Pottinger.
Pottinger. Harry Potter. Sorry, it's
Potter.
Harry Potter.
Great, yeah. Okay.
Francis Pottinger. This, I forget when this study is. It's like 1817 or like 1942, something like that.
Long time ago.
In this study, with 900 cats, Francis Harry Potter got 900 cats and fed them raw food or cooked food.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that liked it raw were less likely to be gay. Sorry. Okay, let me actually this is so stupid. Okay, for the cats that were fed the cooked food, there is evidence that there is a role reversal with female cats, that they became the aggressors and male cats became passive. And there was increasing abnormal activities between the same sexes. So getting the cooked food turned these cats kind of gay.
Okay. All right.
And they didn't see those sexual deviations among the raw food cats. You would have thought those that prefer it raw would be the gay ones. Who knew? Opposite.
Yeah.
That I don't.
Which, let this be a lesson to you kids. If you cook your food, you'll turn into a gay cat. That's the real takeaway here.
The takeaway. It's this is ridiculous. Okay. Almost to the, so only a couple more things that I want to share about this. She points out that homosexuality is more frequent in promiscuous primates, like the bonobo.
Yeah.
I want to bone my bow. It's Valentine's Day. Okay, and hold on, let me read this so I know what I'm saying before I say it. Half of this.
Just say banana and then say bonobo. Banana, bonobo. See, same inflection.
Banana, bonobo.
Oh, God.
Banana, bonobo. Am I doing it right?
I officially give up.
Welcome. Welcome, Dan.
Gayish. I officially give up.
Okay. Most of this I've been kind of on the fly reading. Can you tell? No, you can't, because it's perfect. Okay. Homosexuality is more frequent in promiscuous primates. I already said that. It's proposed to be a byproduct of high sexual desire in promiscuous species. So species with higher sexual desire tend to have more homosexual animals. Therefore, homosexual people have higher sexual desire. They eat more sugar. Sugar increases your sexual desire. So, sugar makes you gay.
I thought cooking your food made you gay.
Oh, lots of things can make you gay, Mike. There's not one.
And it
one
made them more
specific-
passive. They're passive, but real turned on.
The cats,
That seems like a
passive, but very sexually passive. I don't know.
aggressively sexually passive.
They're just bottoms with 9-inch hard-ons, just
Great. Yep.
but cats.
Yeah.
All cats. The Rita is a cat, actually.
Oh,
Forgot to
Rita.
mention. Okay, so let me tell you the fix.
Okay.
She says that
Only eat raw cats. Yeah?
I mean, that's one way to become asexual, because no one's gonna fuck you.
Just like Alf.
Oh, is he asexual?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I don't know. All he did was eat cats. So,
It's okay. Asexual people.
do you eat
Do
cats?
you eat cats? Just curious. No judgment. Okay, so in order to change your sexual orientation, what you need to do is induce a temporary hibernation.
Oh.
Because during hibernation, your sexual desire goes down.
Boy, does it.
Yep. Just if you're a hibernating bear, and by that I mean the gay bears that go into hibernation in the winter months.
When my depression is really shitty, I can sleep 18 hours a day. So, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to bang anything or anyone.
Yeah.
Not even myself.
I just want to bang my bed with my head on the pillow.
Yeah, right. Okay. We'll work on that one.
Okay, so you're hibernating. So you are sleeping around 9.5 hours is the max that people recommend. Less sunlight.
More than 9.5 hours means you're hibernating?
It's as close as we humans can get to hibernating.
It means I've been hibernating most days since 2009.
You've been deep in hibernation since this.
I can pick whatever sexuality I want.
I mean, okay, well,
Bring on the
not
cats.
yet. So less sunlight and eat less sugar. Sugar turns you on, so don't. So you want less of that.
I'm on keto.
Is that? I know it's a dumb diet, but is it high sugar or low sugar?
No carbs,
sugar.
No sugar. No carbs.
Perfect. Get on the keto diet. You're
I'll be straight in no time.
You're pretty much there. So during your hibernation, lasting a few weeks or months, you have this really low sexual interest. So then when you dehibernate, which was a word using that. I love that word. I love
dehibernate.
Yeah. Dehibernate. I think that's just lobernate.
Right? Right.
Okay. Dehibernate.
Or is it V-hibernate?
Is H a Roman numeral at all?
It is today.
It is today. The Roman numeral, do the Roman numeral for H and then hibernate.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think H is just a drunk one.
I mean, I just got drunk and fell over and now it's an H.
Yeah.
Romans. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Okay. So then when you dehibernate, this is a time when you can jumpstart a heterosexual relationship. So basically you have to reestablish what you thrust towards, that stimulus of what you thrust towards like heterosexual things. And that way you connect the emotional cue and thrusting with ladies.
This is terrible.
This is so terrible. It's one of those things that's like really depressing because people actually believe you can change your orientation. And I really, honestly, I think Rita Strakosha is like trying to connect these things because she talks about like conversion therapy. Like, here's the results that some people show, other people show that it's not good. Like, I think she's authentically trying to put together all the available studies, but doesn't realize like half the studies in the LGBT world are shit because people that hate gay people did them, so they're inherently biased. And then that like some leaps that she's taking of like, oh, you eat more sugar when you're gay, so sugar means like, I mean, what is it? Causation does not imply queer nation.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
A queer nation.
I was going to say correlation does not indicate causation. You reverse it, I believe.
No. You're wrong. Yeah, mute that microphone, Dan. Correlation does not imply causation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so all of that is stupid.
God bless her.
I don't think she's. Oh, what is that quote? Like, don't attribute to malice what you can attribute to stupidity.
Yeah.
This is, I think, one of those cases.
Yeah. Yeah. That has a name too.
Hockham's razor.
No.
Jonathan's razor.
No.
Hanlon's razor.
Hanlon's razor.
Yes.
I can't believe Kyle was so close.
That was a mean compliment, which I appreciate. The only reason I was looking that up recently and going to make a joke about. Never mind. It's not fully formed yet.
Okay.
I need to keep working on that.
Bake that.
Bake it. Yep.
Pull it out of the butt oven.
And then just
Put
serve
some
it up.
icing on it.
You got yourself a treat.
Carbs.
Gay.
Make you gay.
Make you gay. Gay people, that's the most problematic part of that. Gay people do not eat carbs.
That's why bi people don't eat pie. They're trying to stay bi.
Oh, if they ate too many carbs and sweet things, they'd become full on gay, and they want it to exist in the world where they're just attracted to. If I could double my sexual attractions, I would.
You can barely handle the ones you have.
Okay. All right. I can. What's like lower than bi? Like unisexual? I don't know. I just
monosex.
Monosexual. I just maybe I'm just into my boyfriend. That's it.
Great.
Okay.
Should we take a break?
Oh wait, you didn't.
I only have one thing left in this.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, then yes. Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
But before the break?
Before the break, I wanted to mention Seattle has experienced over 20 inches of snowfall so far.
Shit.
The Disney episode that I believe Kyle referenced earlier is episode 49, which featured Doug and Koviak. Yeah.
Our favorite facts.
Pedophiles episode, which Mike mentioned was episode 81 for anyone that wants to go back and listen to that. And the Kia Spectra, was a compact car produced by Kia Motors between 2000 and 2009. Just to clear all that up.
Just for the Spectra fans, they got real pissed when he said it was a Spectrum.
Yeah. I'm on the Kia spectrum somewhere. Should we take a break?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
Hey everyone, it's Dick,
And Max,
the hosts of Off the Cuffs, a kink and BDSM podcast.
a podcast for those in the lifestyle and those who are curious about it.
Each week we sit down with a different guest to discuss their radioactive spider bite into kink,
And it gives everybody a chance to express themselves in matters of sexuality.
and a platform in which to express it.
It's conversational, it's educational, and it's a lot of fun.
More and more people have been reaching out to us telling us what they've learned about themselves just from us sharing our stories with each other every week.
So find Off the Cuffs on iTunes or your favorite podcast streaming service.
And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at OCP Kink.
Are we back?
Oh, yeah, we're back.
We're back.
I was going to ask you, are we back? But that's not how this goes.
Who's back?
We are?
We're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
We are going to do our gayest and straightest.
We're going to do our gayest and straightest, but first,
you start.
our website is Gayish
Okay,
Podcast.
I was like, why do I not know what to say right now? It's because I don't start this. Okay.
Our website is gayishpodcast.com.
It's so stupid that I don't know what to say if we don't... You know, like, when you're playing a piano piece and then all of a sudden you stop and you don't know how to pick it up, like, because you just... It's like just by...
Yeah, muscle memory is a bitch, because if you don't start in the right place, then your muscles don't know where to do it.
my sphincter has so many memories.
Yeah. Memories. That's from cats.
Cats!
Eat one. You'll be straight.
Only raw. We have a Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/gayish podcast. It is all the buzz in the influential communities of online. And we're at Gayish Podcast on Twitter, Facebook page. We have a Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, and I think that's all of them. And social medias.
Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails, is 5855-GAYISH. That's VVIII-VVIVIIXIVVIIIV. 585-542-9474. Standard rate supply.
Find your Roman numeral phone, your Roman numeral abacus. Move the rocks to the... Our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Gayest and straightest.
The store Gayest and straightest.
You go.
Happy to go.
Great.
So the straightest thing about me this week, there's snow on the ground. I just like driving all over the place in the Jeep. Just like slush puddles and slippy sliding up the hill and down the hill and all around. It's like, yes.
I would be so terrified to drive in this.
It's so much fun.
It's terrifying.
It's so much fun.
A giant fucking bus with like snow crushing tires that's like they're huge and they had chains around the back ones.
They put chains on them, yeah.
It couldn't get up one of the hills in Seattle. It was just like spinning and spinning, and it was like, if that bus can't do it, y'all other cars are fucked.
Yeah, well, the bus was maybe empty.
I don't know.
Because the weight, you have to have weight to push the tires into the ground to get the traction going.
But there's like a bus is like, but that has all the bus part of it.
Yeah.
Above the tires is the bus.
I mean, it's not light, that's for sure.
Anyway,
and I'm a little. This is. Oh, I just got a little coy and shy and embarrassed. Yeah, the gayest thing about me this week is I've talked before about I got one of those
feedies.
It's a vibrator.
Oh.
It's a vibrating butt plug, but it does like all kinds of different patterns and stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, I've been trying to see if I can have an orgasm without using my hands, using that.
Oh.
And practicing. It's been a lot of fun. Have yet to achieve it, but the fact that I've been like working on it, that's been fun.
I mean, do you know like where your prostate is?
No, I don't think so. Like it's generally like it's fun, it's pleasant, but like this, I keep waiting for the moment where I'm like the heavens open up and like jizz falls out of the sky or something. The Hallelujah chorus happens but that's never really happened to me.
What other people have described is if you were facing a dude and you put your finger in his ass and you did like the come here motion with your finger, then you'd generally be touching their prostate. So everyone is like in a little bit different spot, but that's the general guidance that you can, if you want to find it. It feels at first like you have to pee.
Yep.
But hang in there. Like that cat on the poster.
Yep.
Hang in there.
Hang in there, little guy.
Hang in there, little guy. You'll get your prostate orgasm soon. But good for you for trying out things and testing and being around.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
My gayest thing. Oh, okay. I've been watching TV.
Okay. Ooh.
I've been doing what I always do.
So gay.
For most of my time. There's a show called Pen 15.
Pen?
Pen 15.
Okay.
Which is like...
Pen XV.
Go sit on your moving vibrator.
Okay.
It is, I mean, like, if you were born in the 80s, then this is your show. It is like Nostalgia City.
Okay.
Pen 15, like we all wrote down because it's like, looks like penis.
Okay, great.
Have you not heard that?
No.
Yeah, it's like a really specific.
I think our generation was just making calculators say boobs.
Oh, yeah, we did that too. Sometimes people like figured out how to graph funny things on the graphing calculator. Like, here's the formula for
Tits.
Yeah. It is like these two girls that they play, like they are adults that are in junior high or something and play junior high characters, and everyone else is an actual junior high character.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe in or in elementary school, something. Anyway, it like, I guess unfortunately any show with like two female leads always turns into a gay thing. But like they're like passing notes and talking about the boys they like and talking about their like sexuality. It's just like so good, but it feels like a very gay show to be interested in. I've also, side note, been watching You, the show You
Me?
on Netflix. I've been watching You.
Oh.
No, Penn Badgley has been watching me. He's the lead in Gossip Girl, that guy, and he has like, oh, he's so hot in this, which is bad because he's a crazy stalker.
He's stalking you?
I wish. A boy can dream. No, I don't want to downplay this. Like it's very interesting. Anyway, and he has like his nose is like a slope. It's just like nose blasting would be his number one like most successful way to get me to come.
Yeah.
Okay, my straightest thing. I think that people who have Kleenex are just like showing off. Because can't you just use paper towels like the rest of us?
God, no, Kyle. Jesus Christ. That's like sandpaper on your nose. Like,
I mean, it's not though.
It is.
Or you can use the toilet paper.
Have you never been sick enough to have to use enough facial wipes that your nose gets raw and red and disgusting just because of the type of cloth that you're using?
No, I'm only beautiful.
Oh, God. Okay. I
know what you mean, but like, you can use just be a man and use toilet paper.
Toilet paper is better than paper towels, which is what I think.
Yeah, it's softer. Yeah. And like you're already there, you can just toss it. It doesn't create new trash because you can chunk it in the toilet.
At least get yourself a hanky or something. Jesus.
Ew, handkerchiefs they're so weird.
I mean,
why? Do you wash it every day? Like you can't. I
think you wash it when you use it.
But then you like put it back in your pocket. I'm not.
You've had worse things in your pocket before than your own snot.
Yeah.
I posted this to Instagram. I had no idea what the fuck happened here last night. I got real drunk. And I don't even know if it happened last night. But I moved a pile of laundry today, and there was like a quarter of a stick of butter still in a wrapper underneath of it all. I posted it to Instagram.
I had a dream that I was like, really worried because I ate the rest of the butter.
Oh, God.
There was no more butter because I ate all of it, and we didn't have butter.
Yeah. Tragedy.
Butter makes
it was a nightmare.
It wasn't. Well, no. I think butter was tasty. I'm going to try going home and dipping butter in sugar and just see how it tastes.
So that's it. A special thank you, as always, to Charlie Finn for the use of our theme music.
And thank you to myself
Yeah.
for just being really good this episode. I think I just knocked it out of the park. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Thank you to Vrita.
Vrita, for just being wackadoo crazy.
Yeah. And to vlovelanguages.com.
And to Romans.
Yeah.
Because your numerals are so confusing.
And to Sappho of Lesbos for writing poetry about lady parts.
And Philip, for getting Philip.
By Joseph.
By Joseph
His friend.
Smith of Mormons.
Oh, God. Okay. So this has been Gayish. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. See you next week.
See you next week.
I love you.
Back it up
Bye.
and hear me as I will sing. Hey, and by the way, do you hear what your words bring? Oh, P.S. I'm gay-ish.
Wouldn't it be great if companies made, like, pill advent calendars? like they know what you're going to be on for the next month, so they send it to you just all, like, laid out in a calendar.